Victor warns Nikki about looming trouble, and Kyle gives Claire disturbing news. At the jazz club, Nate guesses Audra enjoyed getting into Kyle's head and teasing him with a hint about her new cosmetics company. He thinks the element of surprise would have been better. Audra wanted Kyle to know she's back, and this was a sneak peek of what's to come. She admits it felt good after the months of having doors slammed in her face, thanks to Kyle. Nate reminds her Victor played a role in that. Audra feels good being back in the game and doesn't see the harm in making Kyle squirm a little. He has no idea what a mistake he made by crossing her. Across the room, Kyle broods. Claire admits she's a little curious what this thing with Audra could be about. Is he sure it's only business? She knows they had a thing once. Kyle says it was nothing more than a fling. As for getting her fired, he just beat her to the punch. He doesn't care about her. Can we talk about something else? He asks, while throwing back a drink. Claire moves to the other side of the table, so Kyle apologizes for snapping at her. He just doesn't want to relive that time in his life. He made choices that weren't easy for him to forgive himself for. He'd like to forget the whole glissade debacle ever happened. Claire understands, but it doesn't look like Audra's going to let him. At the other table, Audra complains that Nate's being a buzzkill. She should be able to flaunt her success to Kyle. Nate thinks she should be more concerned about this job. She's walking into the lion's den, and Victor Newman is the lion. She insists she can handle what Victor throws at her. Nate says if she was sure about this, she wouldn't have waited to tell him about it. Audra denies she has any doubts. Audra fumes that he will toast her future herself. Here's to me. Nate grabs his glass. I'll drink to that. Audra vows she'll outmaneuver all the cosmetics companies. Nate has a word of caution. Victor may be using her to get to Jack. She remembers how that played out last time, doesn't she? Audra will make sure she's protected when she signs her contracts. All she cares about is succeeding. Nate has every confidence in her and none at all in Victor. Audra assures him she's all over this. It's her time now. At Kyle's table, he tells Claire that Audra will blow a lot of smoke about competing with Jabot, but she'll crash and burn like she always does. He wants to focus on them, and shares that he and his dad had a big win at Jabot today. She asks what it was. He can't talk about it right now. She warns him not to do this again. If he doesn't feel comfortable talking to her about his work, why does he bring it up? Kyle says it's confidential. Claire scoffs at this excuse. He apologizes. She asks if it has to do with the suspicious employee. Kyle says it does. Claire recalls that he assured her this had nothing to do with her grandfather. Does that still stand? Kyle doesn't respond. Claire urges him to talk to her. He decides he can't keep her in the dark. The problem at Jabot does involve Victor. He is the problem.